Hey friend, this is Jennifer, and this is the Jennifer Allwood Show, the podcast for women who want to learn how to live an intentional life or build their creative business. I'll be giving you my very best business tips, bringing you interesting guests, giving you a daily dose of Jesus, and I'm committed to always keeping it real. Grab a cup of coffee and let's dive in. I'm so honored that you're here. Well, hey there, friends. Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 128, where we are going to talk about marketing. And I'm so excited because, listen, this podcast is going to give you great hope. Because if you are not the best in your industry, or if you don't have the best product, or if you're not the most knowledgeable, or all of the things, you should be super encouraged because you don't need any of that. You just need to be the best at marketing. And I know that when I say that, it tends to annoy people because, like, those of us that are very logical, we're very justice oriented. We want the hardest worker, the one with the best product, the one that's greatest at marketing to be the one that wins. But the truth is that's just really not how business works anymore in the year 2019. So we're going to talk about it. So first, real quick, I want to share with you a review that was left by Juliana McWilliams of Sweet Memories Flowers. So go find Sweet Memories Flowers on the internet. She says, I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I frequently find, and I was like, yes, girl, we all are. I frequently find myself bogged down with so many ideas that I never start any of them. I listen to Jennifer every time I go on a flower delivery. She gives me quick, easy, actionable steps that help me focus my ideas and get started on achieving my goals. So I just want to give a quick shout out to you at Sweet Memories Flowers and just tell you, first of all, thank you for leaving this podcast review. And second, listen, you're not alone. Many of us are multi-passionate. Most of us who are multi-passionate and creative have tons and tons of ideas. So you've heard me talk a million times about starting with one, picking one and starting. You can always do more than one thing. I know so many times as creatives we get bogged down in the idea of, if I start with this one, am I stuck here? And the truth is that is not the truth. And so I just encourage you, Juliana, I pray just God's blessings over you and your Sweet Memory Flowers. I pray that you would get incredible clarity, that God would give you some direction on what he wants you to do for your business. I pray for blessings on purpose, more creativity, more income for you, more customers, more clients. And I just thank you for taking time to leave that message. So let's talk. And by the way, every time you guys go to iTunes and you're leaving reviews for this podcast, I see them. Those reviews matter. Our team reads them. I try to give a shout out to a business every single week with one of those reviews. So thank you for doing that. Let's talk about marketing, my friends. Okay, listen. I'm going to say some things that they might irritate you just slightly, but it's okay. Okay. Because, the truth often is irritating. And so the truth of the matter when it comes to your business is that good marketing is better than a good product. And I know that's going to make you irritated. I totally get it. But it's the wrong thinking to think that you have to have the best product, or you have to be the best coach, or you have to know all the things, or that you have to have the best price in the industry in order to sell things. That is not even remotely the truth, okay? You just need to be the best marketing. And I learned this idea, or this truth, about a decade ago when my business, The Magic Brush, which is my local painting company in Kansas City at the time, got invited to be on Extreme Home Makeover here in Kansas City. And so one of the reasons we got invited to be on Extreme Home Makeover is because I had a halfway decent social media following. So if you haven't listened to the recent podcast I did, it was podcast number 126, about why the number of followers you have matters. Please go listen to that. I know people are telling you that your audience doesn't matter, the size of your audience doesn't matter. The heck it doesn't. People don't just pick you to be on TV if you don't have any following. They want people who are going to basically advertise on their behalf. They pick people with big followings, with big mouths. All right. And I fit the bill for both of those. So we got asked to be on Extreme Home Makeover in Kansas City. And what I learned from that experience, and then we ended up doing 3 episodes for ABC, which was super cool. But what I learned from that experience was this: people in the community wrongly assumed that because we were on television, we must have been the best in Kansas City. Like the perception was, oh, you got chosen for Extreme Home Makeover. You must have been really good. And in my head, I was thinking, no, I mean, we're good. I was always decent. I think I was moderately talented at painting. The women who worked for me, they were all very talented. But do I think that my business or my team was the best, most incredibly talented decorative painters in Kansas City? Nope, not by a long shot. I mean, I do think that we had an incredible work ethic. I do think that we took great care of our clients and all that. But in terms of like skill, in terms of what we were able to do, my team, the women that worked for me, were only as good as what I was. And they were only as good as what I was able to teach. And as you remember, I was home teaching kids how to be potty trained. I mean, the truth was I was building this incredible business while I was sitting at home watching Dora the Explorer for the 100th time, taking my kids to the park and updating Facebook a couple times a day. So while I was at home working on the advertising and the marketing, my women were out in the field painting for me. They could only be as good at painting as what I could be learning skills and teaching them. And I didn't have the time nor the money nor the energy to be going to like a bunch of painting classes and really honing my skills. So I relied heavily on the marketing and the advertising of my business. And so because we landed those 3 spots on Extreme Home Makeover, the perception was, dang, these girls must be really good. And the truth was we were above average, but we weren't exceptional. And, I marketed the heck out of being on Extreme Home Makeover. I used it on ads. I used it on my blog. I did the whole as seen on thing. We did lots of pictures. We did Facebook ads targeting people who watched HGTV because if they watched, Extreme Home Makeover, they were probably HGTV people. This is how I got a lot of my followers back in the day. And, this caused quite a ruckus, honestly, in parts of my industry because people wanted the most talented people to win. And the truth was so often the most talented people were the ones that didn't know how to price what they were doing. The most talented people were exceptional at painting, but they were horrible at advertising. They were exceptional at painting. They were horrible at business. They were exceptional at painting. They did not know how to market what they were doing. And so it's almost like, have you ever in your own life, found somebody, I know at one point we were working with this photographer and I was like, holy smoke, she doesn't have any idea how good she is. She is so underpriced. She has no idea how talented she is yet. And once she figures that out, and changes her pricing and starts to really leverage that and grow her business with that knowledge, things are going to totally change. It was kind of like that. Some people it wasn't like that for me, but that's how I saw a lot of the people in my industry, wow, they're talented, but they don't have the business part of it dialed in, mostly the marketing part of it dialed in. And because of that, their businesses didn't grow. So, we did the Extreme Home Makeover in Kansas City 3 times, the women that worked for myself and I did. And that led to a bunch of other opportunities because people assumed if you've been on TV, you're good. So now we're getting asked to be on local television. Now we're getting, features in magazines. Now people are sharing my blog posts. My Pinterest is starting to explode because they wrongly assume, man, if she's on TV, she must be really, really good. That was the perception. And listen, I need you to wrap your head around this before we go any further. When it comes to marketing your business in the year 2019 and forward, I will say, perception is everything. Perception is everything. It doesn't matter if you are the best in your industry. It matters what people actually think. If they think you're the best, even if you're not, that's how your business really takes off. Okay. So I want to just make sure right at the beginning here also, we talk about the fact that marketing and advertising, they're different, but they're one is under the other. Okay. So both marketing and advertising, if you just drill them down to so simple, because I hate it when people talk above my head. So I want to keep things really simple for you. And Mr. Magic always tells me to keep things simple, stupid. He's not calling me stupid. He's just saying, keep it simple so that everybody can get it, so that I can get it, so that he can get it. So marketing and advertising, they're basically the same thing boiled down to the fact that you have to believe that what you offer, what you make, what you sell, what you teach is good. And you need to be willing to tell people that what you make, what you offer, what you sell, or what you teach is good. That's basically it in a nutshell. That way you're not all bogged down thinking that, advertising has to do with Facebook ads and what kind of copy will you use and, what picture do you need your person to take? I mean, all of that comes into play, yes, but we want to overcomplicate things as a society. And I just want to simplify the heck out of it. You got to believe what you're doing is good, what you're selling is good, and you got to be willing to tell people. Okay. So here's what the difference is between advertising and marketing. All right. So marketing means that you're doing like research, like you know your audience, you know your community if you have a brick and mortar, you know your followers if you're on social media. So you know your people and you understand what it is that they're looking for, or you understand what it is that is causing them pain. Okay. So for instance, I try to talk on this podcast about pain points for you and your business so that I can help you to fix those pain points so that eventually when you're like, Jennifer's got a class or a course that's open. She gave so much information for free. She helped me with, that one thing I was struggling with. I'm going to go ahead and sign up for her XYZ. Like that's why this stuff matters. When you understand the pain of your customers and where they're getting stuck and you can help get them unstuck or over that thing, that's just a total game changer. So you've got to determine what's going to fix your client's pain. And then what product can you use to fix that pain? Or what is it that your people need that you could sell to them? Who is your ideal person? That is what marketing is. And then determining where your ideal people are at. What platform are they at? And how are you going to sell to them? That's marketing. That's the bigger picture of marketing. It's research. It's understanding your audience. And then advertising is a step within the marketing. Okay. So you're going to advertise to the people that your marketing research has deemed are your clients. You're going to advertise to whatever your whole marketing, initiative has determined, like who your people are, what their pain is, where they're at, etc. Advertising is a step of the marketing, but they are different things. So listen, marketing has to come first before you worry about advertising. If you're all worried about doing Facebook ads, like first of all, I'm really proud of you for even considering that, but you had better know who you're advertising to. And that's where marketing comes in. So great marketing is better than a great skill. I would rather you be exceptional at marketing than exceptional at painting. I mean, being a great painter is amazing, but if you don't know how to tell people about it, like, you're the best kept secret in the world then. Your family's still starving. I love you, but you got to just get more than a great skill. Good marketing is better than having the best pricing. You don't need to be the lowest price, girl. Come on now. You need to be able to just market what you're doing better and get over the fact that, the girl down the street, she's got her dresses in her boutique for $29 and you're freaking out because your dresses are $49 and they're not selling. Honey, it's not because of the price. It's because of the marketing. If you can figure out how to outmarket her, you will outsell her at double her price. Good marketing is better than a great product. It really, really is. Good marketing is everything. And I know that this, like I said in the introduction, it makes people upset because that justice part of us, it really wants like the best painter to get all the followers on social media. No, I know some super talented painters who have very, very small audiences. We want the best business coach to have the biggest group of people that they're coaching. That's not how it works. We want the best, telephone to be the one that everybody has, but that's not true either. I mean, when I look at just from me personally, I'm an iPhone user, but I miss the heck out of my Android. I really do. The only reason I got an iPhone is for FaceTime. iPhone has they've outmarketed and out advertised Samsung. So, so many of us are guilty of believing that the person that works hardest, they're going to win idea. And that is such a lie. I want you to go listen to that podcast if you haven't. And I know that that's episode 108 because it was so eye-opening for so many people. Because right now the world is shoving down your throat. You better work hard. You got to work hard. And by the way, we often think work hard means work long. So we have all of these parents who are away from home, away from the family, away from the kids, away from the marriage, away from the things that really matter, working long, long, long hours, spinning their wheels, trying to figure out why they're not getting ahead. Well, because if working hard is all that mattered, and I'm not going to redo that whole podcast, but you can tell I'm passionate about it. If working hard was all that mattered, every farmer in America would be ridiculously successful. Every teacher in America would be ridiculously successful. Those people are all working their butts off. Every line worker, every factory worker, they would all be ridiculously successful because they're all working hard. So you cannot tell me that working hard equals success. It does not. You've got to work smart. And so good marketing lines up with the people who believe in smart work and not hard work. Go listen to that episode 108. I think it'll really, really open some of your eyes. And so smart work beats hard work. And smart work is working on your marketing, okay? Because good marketing is going to trump a good product, if for no other reason than just perception is reality. And so here's what I mean by that. If you are able to convince your Facebook audience, your email list, whatever, through your emails, through your social media posts, through your Facebook ads, through your social proof, if you're able to convince them that your product is fantastic, or at least better than your competitors, or that it's necessary in their life, like whether or not that's true, it doesn't matter. All that matters is, does your customer think it's true? Like, you know darn good and well that the cute little earrings that you have in your boutique, that people really don't need those. They're not a necessity. They're not running water. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're a luxury item. But if you can convince your audience that your earrings, man, they make an outfit, that your earrings, they're going to make you feel good about yourself. That your earrings, like good, happy earrings, happy life. Like, if you can kind of convince them of that sort of thing, whether or not that's true, when your customer feels that, when they really feel that, like, have you seen those memes that are all over social media? Like, when you said, blah, 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 I heard you and I felt that. Like, if your customers feel that, you will make sales. You will make sales. Now, listen, this is not deception. Okay. Good marketing is not lying. Good marketing is not deception. Good marketing is not putting out a crappy product into the world and just marketing the heck out of it, because that will catch up with you and bite you in the booty. That will catch up with you. That reputation will catch up with you. Social media will start talking about it, and you will not be successful. But you've got to convince people through your messaging, your advertising, your marketing, that what you have is great, that it's better than your competitors, and that your audience needs it. There used to be this painter in Kansas City, and I remember that they were ridiculously expensive, you guys, like just over double what my rates would be. And I've seen their work, and I was like, it's good, but I don't know that it's like exceptional. It's not worth double my work. I can remember thinking that. But what that company did is that they did an incredible job of convincing people that they were fantastic, that their product, their decorative painting was incredibly like talented and one of a kind, strictly based on their pricing. Like, they used pricing as a way to, the perception was, dang, they're that expensive, they must be incredibly good. And they did a really great job. They were very successful because of that. I was going to give you guys another example. We have 2 teenage boys. Special shout out to Easton and Noah, age 15 and 17. They love their mama, love Jesus, and they love sneakers. We are taking marriage applications for arranged marriage. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, kind of. Anyhow, so my boys are fantastic. I love them dearly. And they flip sneakers. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it means my boys and my husband, they buy mostly Nikes at a lower price than what the market will pay them for, and then they flip them on Instagram. So you can go look at their Instagram is KCMO Kicks, like Kansas City, Missouri Kicks, like, you kick somebody. So KCMOKICKS on Instagram. So you can go see what they're doing there with their shoes. So they will buy sneakers at a low price and then they'll flip them. They recently had what I think has been their best deal to date. They got a pair of sneakers for $200 and was able to flip them for over $800. So they made over $600 on one pair of Nikes. I know you're all going, what? Yep. Right? I mean, I'm raising some entrepreneurs over here because, that's a whole nother podcast. Nell, write that down, baby. That's a whole nother podcast. But so the boys flipped this pair of sneakers, right? So they made over $600. Now I want to talk about, not my boys, I want to actually talk about Nike shoes. Okay. First of all, on what planet do people actually pay over $800 for a pair of shoes? Does anybody else think that when you hear me tell this story? I mean, yay for my boys, but on what planet do people actually pay that? Well, I'm going to tell you, they pay it on this one every single day of the week, and it is insane. So when it comes to Nike, they have a perceived value in the marketplace. And it's because of their marketing and their advertising. People will pay $800 for a pair of Nikes that I would like to go ahead and just throw out into the world and wonder out loud in front of this podcast group, are they really that much better than Reeboks or Pumas or whatever brand of sneakers are out there. I mean, are Nikes really that much better? Because you don't really see a pair of Pumas going for $850. If you go on to, my husband was showing me a pair of Nikes right now that are going for like $47,000, my friends. I can't even say that without like my blood pressure going up. $47,000. Do you mean to tell me that that pair of Nikes is going to make you jump higher, run faster, do better, look cooler, than any other pair of shoes? No, but Nike has outmarketed everyone else, regardless of what you think about the way that they've marketed, okay? Regardless, this is not political. This is not anything else, so please don't email me. I want you to look with unbiased eyes at Nike and just realize that they are marketing so well enough that they can get ridiculous amounts of money when their shoes are no better than a lot of their competitors. That's good marketing. Regardless of how you feel about them or their stance on anything, that's good marketing. So, when it comes to business, my friends, we can either focus really hard on our products. Some of you are trying so hard to make the best wreaths, to make the best paintings, to make the cutest earrings, the most unique portraits. And you're trying to figure out like how to get it to look the best on the website and from what angle. And, should the sun be coming in this way or this way on that buffet? And wait, some people like red, but not everybody likes red on their paintings anymore. So should you take that out? And you're focusing so hard on the product. And I'm going to ask you to shift your focus to more on your marketing. Because when push comes to shove, you only have so much time in every day. And you can either focus on good marketing or a good product, but it's very difficult to press on the gas equally as much in both areas. Whatever it is that you are making, offering, or presenting to the world, friend, it does not have to be the best. It just has to be good, and you have to be willing to market it. Okay, so next question people always ask me is, okay, Jennifer, I get it. Now I get it. I understand this because I know someone in my industry who she's really not that good, but she's developed herself quite a little audience, and she's learned how to really get the attention of her people, and people really talk back to her, and it really pisses me off because I think that my product is better than her. So I know some of you are thinking about that right now. So you're thinking, well, how do you get better at marketing? Okay, so number one, please quit being intimidated by the word marketing. Please quit being intimidated and thinking to yourself, well, I'm just a creative. I can't market well. I'm just a blogger. I don't know how to do marketing. I'm just a painter. I'm just a maker. In fact, take the words just a. Now write that down. We need another podcast episode on that. You are not just a anything. Okay? You are a stinking talented, powerful, creative woman who was put on this earth with a mission. God gave you talents that he fully expects for you to use on this side of heaven, and wisdom is figuring out how to monetize them. Man, I just got worked up. Okay, thank you, Lord. Okay, so quit being intimidated by the word. You're not just in anything, okay? You've got to figure out how to position yourself differently in your mind, because when you're saying, I'm just a painter, that is so different than me saying, I'm the CEO of a painting company. See how the difference, like you will hold your shoulders back and walk a little taller, not with arrogance, but with some self-confidence and a little bit of like a zip in your fingers when you say it that way, okay? So first of all, quit being intimidated by the words, marketing and advertising. You're a smart woman. You can figure this out. You pushed out a 9-pound baby with no epidural. Girl, you can figure out how to market your business, okay? Somebody give me a yes and an amen. So number one, do that. Number two, you really got to understand your audience, okay? This is going to require you to look at your Facebook and your Instagram with different eyes, right? What I need for you to do is really dig deep on who is your audience? What do the people that are buying your product, service, whatever, what do they need? What are their pain points? What is keeping them up at night? Because if you can figure out those things, dun, 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 it's like, hallelujah. There's your marketing right there, girl. So figure out those things. Be a learner. Be a student of your customers. Remember what it's like to be them. Like one of the reasons I think I am so good at talking, and I say that with humbleness, by the way. I don't mean to be arrogant, but I have grown my business from, nothing in the online space 4 years ago to multi-millions in the year 2018. Not multi-millions over the last 4 years. We did several $1 million worth of business last year in 2018 alone. So I want you to know, I'm saying this from a place of humbleness, but from experience. I want you to remember what it's like to be your customer. I feel like one of the reasons my business does well is because I remember what it's like to be you. I remember what it's like to be like struggling to get Facebook followers. I remember what it's like to be scared to go live on Facebook. I remember what it's like to be like, okay, now I've got followers, but why am I still broke? I remember what it's like to be like, how do I start affiliates? How do I do a course? I remember that. I remember what it's like to be you. So when I am writing my sales copy for my page, when I'm writing the emails with my team, when I am, typing up what we're going to put on Instagram, I try to put myself back in your shoes and talk to you like I still remember being there. If you can do that for your client, man, that's a winner chicken dinner. Now I know what you're saying. You're going to say, well, what is the pain of my audience? I sell cupcakes. Well, the pain is that your perfect client, she doesn't have time to make these from scratch. She wants to have a Pinterest perfect party without the pain of dirty dishes and 2 days worth of cooking and trying to, icing and whatever. That's her pain point. She's short on time. She's short on energy. She wants stuff to look perfect, but she doesn't have the time or the energy to do it. What she does have is a few extra dollars. So you're not selling her a cupcake necessarily. Remember this. This just popped into my head. So this might be from the Lord specifically for somebody listening, because this was not on my notes at all. You are not selling her a cupcake. Okay, are the kids going to eat cupcakes? Yes. What you're selling her is this like feeling of being a good mom and hosting a good party for her kids with cupcakes that look put together and a cute little tablecloth that maybe goes with it. And she's got the cupcakes on a cute stand and now she looks fancier. You're selling her a feeling. You're not selling her a cupcake. Boy, that was deep. Thank you, Lord, for that. All right. So you've got to be a learner of your customers. You got to remember what it's like to be them. Okay, so remember those 3 points. There's a gentleman, his name is Simon Sinek, and he is one of the very best at talking about marketing. And he has some really great quotes I'm gonna leave you with, okay? Because when it comes to marketing, he knows what he's talking about, and I can't say it any better than this. So, okay, according to him, if you want to be really good at marketing, okay, so here's like some good marketing versus bad marketing. You can find this over, if you Google Simon Sinek, good marketing versus bad marketing. This is something that I've seen many times before, okay? So good marketing will speak for your people. Bad marketing is going to speak at your people. There's a difference. There's a difference between getting them like on your bandwagon of standing for a cause, of linking arms with your audience and bringing them on an adventure in your sales process versus just talking to them about what you have for sale. Okay, Simon says, gosh, that's funny. Simon says, okay, good marketing starts with a cause, but bad marketing starts with a goal. Ooh, that's good. Good marketing will drive loyalty, but bad marketing will drive transactions. Oh, that's good. Let's see. Good marketing will tell a story. Bad marketing will tell about products. Good marketing is about us. Bad marketing is about them. So good marketing makes it like, where we're a team. Bad marketing manipulates, but good marketing inspires. I hope that makes sense. Good marketing is better than a good product. It's better than a good Facebook ad. It's better than a good anything every single day of the week, because good marketing, the perception is, when people see you marketing well, the perception is, oh, wow, this is a successful business. And everybody wants to partner with businesses that they perceive as being successful. So I hope that was super helpful for you today. Please do me a favor if it was, and go over to iTunes and leave us a review and your thoughts on this episode. And then I want to talk to you about next week, okay? So next week, we are going to be featuring a case study about the business of one of the members of my inner circle. It's a fascinating story about how, when you change your thinking, you can change your business. And a woman who changes her mind, who changes her business, can change her family and can change her family's family for generations and generations to come. So I can't wait to talk to you about that case study. Come back next week. Make sure you are subscribed to the podcast. And until then, thanks for being here, my friend. I'm rooting for you. Stay creative. Bye-bye. Hey friend, thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. I'm so honored that you're here and that you just listen week in and week out and that you share the Jennifer Allwood Show with your friends and family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, or if you're an Android user, go download the Stitcher app and you can subscribe there so that you know every single week when a new episode releases. Also, if you have any time to leave us a review, these reviews are super important in getting guests for the show and sponsors for the show. And so we'd appreciate it if you have just a second to leave us a review. That would be amazing. Thank you guys again for being here. And until next week, stay creative.